Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys another custom origin called the Mechanized Void, made by the Discord user Blazelight from the Origins Discord. This origin was made for 1.17, and yeah. Before I get into this video, I just want to mention that according to YouTube statistics, only a small percentage of my viewers are actually subscribed. So if you like this video, please consider subscribing. It's free and helps out a ton. And yeah, let's get into it. Moving on to your first ability, you have Robotic Exoskeleton, which is the bar that you see on the right side of my screen. So this is basically an exoskeleton, as you might have guessed. This basically reduces the damage that you take from all damage sources. And yeah, when this bar gets to 0, you actually start taking damage, like 1 heart of damage per second. And yeah, when you take damage, this bar also goes down. And this does not apply for just mob damage. This applies for fire damage and all types of damage. So yeah. And how you repair this is by just right-clicking iron. You can actually just fill this up and just, well, keep it at a good stable amount. And yeah, you can actually use diamonds to increase the protection. You can use diamonds to actually increase the protection that this gives, and you can use netherite to fully repair it and increase how much durability it has, as in how many hits it takes to get back to 0. It's actually not it's not gonna go down to 0 very easily. Oh, I just put myself in game mode creative. Sorry about that. So if I just go to survival, you'll see that it actually only took this small part for that one hit. So it's not, it won't drain as fast as most other, other bars that normal origins have. So it does take quite a while to drain, and you might have found the iron by then, so you don't have to worry about that much. And this will also be filled up 25% when you die. So I guess that's one way to fill it up. And you also have this bar called the energy bar, which basically is your energy. It's pretty self-explanatory. So this bar will be used a lot for activating your actual abilities, the actual powers that you have. So to activate that, you actually need this energy bar. And when this energy bar goes down to 0, you'll get mining fatigue 2 and slowness 2 permanent. Not permanently, as in until you reach 10%, 10% of the bar back. So until you get that, you're gonna have mining fatigue and slowness 2. Now, how you charge this bar is by standing near heat source. So lava will do the trick. So yeah, so if you just stand near that, wow, I just made a big mistake by just placing it there. So if you just stand near that, you'll eventually get back the energy that you require. So yeah, and let's move on to your next ability. Moving on to your next ability, you have Electric Pulse. So basically, when you press your primary key, you'll send out this particle effect, and it'll give Wither 2 for any mobs within the vicinity. So yeah, it doesn't have that long of a reach, so it's not overpowered. But yeah, you also have this ability called Energy Symptom, which is basically an ability that makes it so that when you press your secondary key, you will start healing, as in you'll heal half heart of damage per second. And yeah, you also have an ability called Proximity Sensor. Basically, when you press your load activator key, which is defaultly set to X, you'll be able to see all mobs in the vicinity. It'll also use up your energy bar for every other ability, such as the Electric Pulse ability and the Energy Symphony ability. So yeah, let's move on. Moving on to your next ability, you have Void Internal. So basically, you don't have any requirements for food, but you don't naturally regenerate, which is where the Energy Symptom ability comes into play, where you can heal yourself as if you had natural regeneration, but you do have to be pressing a key. So I guess that's kind of a downside. You'll also have this ability called Rejected Entity. Basically, the Void doesn't like you, like it rejected you, I suppose, and you're a bit slower than other players because of that. And yeah, you also have this ability called Emergency Repairs, which is basically an ability that saves you from death once. So basically, the requirements are to have 75% of your exoskeleton and 50% of your energy bar. And it'll basically, when you take fatal damage, which is a damage blow that will most likely kill you, it'll actually stop, and like after you take the damage, you'll completely stop moving, and you'll start naturally regenerating to full health. But while in this period, you can't take damage. So yeah, it basically saves you from death, but after that happens, it will use up a lot of your exoskeleton and energy bar. So you can't use this twice in a row, unfortunately, but yeah. And let's move on. Moving on to your final ability, being Uncompensated Weight. So basically, you can't wear any type of heavy armor because your exoskeleton is already heavy. So you can't wear chainmail armor, you can't wear gold armor, you can't wear diamond armor, and you can't wear netherite armor. And iron armor. So the only type of armor you can wear is leather, which won't exhaust you as much. I mean, it doesn't exhaust you, like it won't be too heavy for your exoskeleton. So yeah. And yeah, that's it for this origin, guys. I do think this is a very balanced origin because like it basically just changes your playstyle and then gives you abilities that will like make it easier for you. So, which is a really nice like way of putting your abilities, because even an electric pulse is the only ability that's actually like helpful in a battle. But even then, it's actually just like it has a very short range. Like it's not, it won't go too far. So yeah. Other than that, proximity sense isn't that like helpful in a battle. It's more so just to protect yourself, which is also good, but yeah. It's not overpowered, I would say, but at the same time, it's not like it only has one downside. So, I mean, I guess it has 3 because you can naturally regenerate, you're a bit slower, and you can't wear any type of armor. So I guess that's 3 downsides, but it's not too bad considering the fact that you have an exoskeleton. So yeah, actually though, I do think that you should be able to wear chainmail armor, because I mean leather armor kind of sucks, because this entire chest plate proper, like it only provides 3 protection, like 3 armor bars, 3 armor points, and that's not gonna cut it for a quick explosion. Like even with blast protection 4, I'm sure you won't survive. So yeah, I do think like you should be able to wear chainmail armor, and chainmail armor isn't that heavy, so I feel like that would make sense. But other than that, this was a very balanced origin, in my opinion. So yeah, if you guys like this video, please consider subscribing. It's free and it helps out a ton. And consider liking the video and comment on what you think of this origin. I personally think it's very balanced, as I said before, other than the fact that I think you should be able to wear chainmail armor. But yeah, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, bye.